You worked hard to get the interview. You prepared, practiced, and delivered. But now comes the part most people are afraid of: negotiation. The moment where your value is discussed in numbers, and many talented people walk away leaving money and opportunity on the table. Here at Fix Yourself, we bring you these topics to make you think and to help you take control of your future. So today, we'll dive into 8 powerful negotiation tips you can use during job interviews. We'll focus on 8 key lessons, each loaded with strategies to help you earn more and stress less. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Your value is not just the salary, it's the package. Most people think negotiation is just about the number on the paycheck. But that's a limited view. Your true compensation includes many pieces: salary, bonuses, equity, health benefits, vacation days, remote work options, and more. If a company says they can't increase the salary, they might still improve your package. Smart negotiators expand the conversation beyond just one number. Can you trade a slightly lower salary for an extra week of vacation? Or ask for a signing bonus to offset the gap? Understanding the full picture gives you more leverage and clarity. Want to negotiate better? Start by asking yourself, what do you truly value in a job? Is it flexibility, stability, growth opportunities, or income? Post in the comments, what part of a job offer matters most to you? Remember this: a good offer fits your goals, not just your wallet. Lesson 2. Silence is a negotiation tool. Use it wisely. The most underrated technique in negotiation is also the quietest one: silence. After you state your number, or after the recruiter shares theirs, pause. Don't rush to fill the space. Don't justify. Don't backtrack. Just breathe. That silence is power. Why? Because people often feel uncomfortable in silence. And in that discomfort, they might speak first, sometimes with a better offer. Other times, they reveal their flexibility. Either way, silence gives you room to assess. It forces the other person to consider your words more seriously. Here's a pro move. Practice silence after every key question or proposal. You'll be amazed at what people reveal when you say less. Have you ever lost an opportunity because you spoke too soon? Share your story in the comments if you've experienced this. A strategic pause could be worth thousands. Use it. Lesson 3. Timing your number is as important as the number itself. One of the biggest mistakes candidates make is giving their salary expectation too early. It's like playing poker and showing your hand before the other players even bet. In most cases, the first person to say a number loses leverage. So what should you do when asked about your salary expectations? Try this. I'm more interested in understanding the full scope of the role and how I can contribute. Once I have that, I'll be happy to discuss compensation. Or, I'd love to hear what you've budgeted for the role. These answers keep the power in your hands, without sounding evasive. And once you know they're serious about you and the offer is coming, then you talk numbers. Another tip: do your homework. Know the market rate. Use platforms like Glassdoor, Levels.fyi, or Payscale. That way, when it's your turn, you speak with confidence, not guesses. Timing and preparation equals leverage. Comment below, would you rather state your number first or wait for the company to speak? Don't rush. Let your value unfold before you price it. Lesson 4. Confidence wins more than credentials. You can have the perfect resume, but if you come into a negotiation insecure, hesitant, or overly agreeable, you'll lose ground. Confidence is not arrogance, it's assurance in your value, and companies respond to that. Here's the secret. You're not begging for a job. You're offering your skills. It's a trade. And in any trade, both sides must benefit. So stand tall. Be polite but assertive. If you've received other offers or are in talks elsewhere, mention it subtly. If they truly want you, they'll fight for you. Another move: frame your ask based on impact. Given the value I'll bring to this project, I believe a compensation around X reflects that. That's a powerful way to ground your number in results, not just wants. Here's a question for you. How do you project confidence without sounding entitled? Share your thoughts. We might highlight some in a future video. In negotiation, confidence closes deals. Let your presence speak as loud as your pitch. Lesson 5. Always be ready to walk away, politely. This might be the hardest lesson to learn, but it's also one of the most powerful. You must be mentally ready to walk away from an offer that doesn't align with your values, needs, or goals. Why? Because walking away is not failure, it's clarity. When you approach negotiation with this mindset, you shift the dynamic. You're no longer chasing the job, you're evaluating it. You don't want any job, you want the right one. Here's a line to use when something doesn't meet your standard. I really appreciate the offer, and I'm excited about the role, but I need to ensure the terms align with my goals. If you're respectful, clear, and calm, you'd be surprised how often that triggers a revised offer. And even if it doesn't, it's better to walk away with dignity than stay for less than you're worth. Have you ever accepted a job you regretted later? Comment below. We learn best through real stories. Know your worth, and be willing to prove it by saying no. Lesson 6. Prepare and practice your ask like a performance. The worst time to wing it is in a negotiation. This moment could define your income for years to come. So treat it seriously. Prepare like it's a performance. Write down your ideal compensation package. Include your must-haves and your nice-to-haves. Rehearse stating your ask out loud with confidence and calm tone. Anticipate objections and prepare responses. Here's an example. I was hoping for $85K. What if they respond, "That's outside our budget"? Your reply could be, "I understand. Are there areas in the package we can adjust to bridge the gap, like performance bonuses or remote flexibility?" Practice builds clarity. Clarity builds confidence. Would you feel more ready to negotiate if you practiced out loud first? Let us know in the comments. Don't improvise your future. Rehearse it. Lesson 7. Build rapport before you negotiate. Many candidates start negotiating when the offer comes. That's late. The smart ones build connection from the first conversation, because people are more generous with those they like. And rapport is your softest leverage. Use the early interviews to ask insightful questions, show curiosity, and connect with your interviewer as a human. Compliment the company culture if it feels genuine. Share why the mission resonates with you. This makes them want to make it work for you. By the time you get to the negotiation, it feels like two allies trying to find a win-win, not a tug of war. Here's a subtle question to ask early on that builds rapport and sets you up for leverage later. What does success look like in this role 6 months from now? Have you ever built a connection during an interview that helped you later in the process? Share it below. People help people they like. Build trust first, negotiate second. Lesson 8. Don't just negotiate the present. Negotiate the future. Most people negotiate for today, but the best negotiators look ahead. They don't just ask about the current offer, they ask about growth. Ask about timelines for performance reviews, promotion paths, and salary increases. Ask what metrics are tied to raises. Here's an example. Assuming I meet expectations, what does growth typically look like in the first year? This shows initiative, long-term thinking, and sets expectations early. It also opens the door for structured advancement, and maybe even a better title or responsibility scope from the start. Negotiating the future positions you as someone who's invested, proactive, and serious. Would you feel more confident if you had clarity on your growth path from day one? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't just accept a job. Create a journey. Conclusion: negotiation is not about greed. Negotiation is not manipulation. It's alignment, strategy, and communication. Alignment between what you offer and what the company values. When you learn to navigate that space, you stop accepting whatever is given and start choosing what you deserve. These 8 lessons are tools to help you claim the future you want, not just settle for what you're given. Let's recap them all. 1. Think beyond salary. Consider the full package. Use silence as a tool. Pause with power. 3. Time your number wisely. Don't rush. 4. Lead with confidence, not apology. 5. Be ready to walk away, respectfully. 6. Prepare and practice like it's a performance. 7. Build rapport. Human connection is leverage. 8. Negotiate not just now, but your future. Which of these was the biggest insight for you today? Drop a comment below, we read everyone. And if this helped you prepare for your next opportunity, imagine what applying it will do. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Here at Fix Yourself, we give you tools that not only inform, but transform. Until next time, go earn what you're worth.